day of the ceremony arrives, and the village is abuzz with activity. The stranger watches as the villagers prepare for the ritual, their faces filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Akua approaches the stranger, a bundle of herbs and flowers in her hands. "It's time to get ready," she says, leading the stranger to a nearby hut. Inside, Akua helps the stranger bathe and dress in traditional attire. The stranger feels a sense of transformation, as if they are shedding their old self and embracing a new role. As they finish preparing, Neoma enters the hut, her eyes shining with a deep wisdom. "Remember, the ceremony is a test," she says, her voice low and mysterious. "You must be brave, and you must be true." The stranger nods, feeling a surge of determination that he is ready to face whatever lies ahead. The stranger wakes up before dawn, feeling an eerie energy in the air. Akua is standing outside their hut, her eyes gleaming with a knowing intensity. "Today, you'll face your first trial," Akua says, her voice low and mysterious. "Are you prepared to confront the unknown?" The stranger nods, feeling a surge of determination. He follows Akua through the village, the air growing thick with an otherworldly presence. As they reach the village's edge, a figure steps out of the shadows. It's a tall, imposing man with eyes that seem to bore into the stranger's soul. "I am Konak," the man growls. "And you, stranger, are a curiosity. Let's see if you're worthy of staying in our village." The stranger stands tall, ready to face whatever challenges Konak has in store for him. Konak cracks a menacing smile, his eyes glinting with a fierce light. "I give you a simple choice, stranger," he says. "Enter the cave of shadows, and retrieve the crystal of light. If you succeed, you'll be one step closer to earning our trust." The stranger hesitates, feeling a shiver run down their spine. The cave of shadows is rumored to be treacherous, filled with dark creatures and hidden dangers. Akua steps forward, her voice steady. "We'll give you a map and a small token to protect you. But you must face your fears and prove your courage." The stranger takes a deep breath, steeling himself for the challenge. He nods, accepting the task. Konak hands them a crude map and a small, delicate pendant. "May the spirits guide you," he says, his voice dripping with sarcasm. The stranger sets off towards the cave of shadows, ready to face whatever terrors lie within. The stranger steps into the cave of shadows, they are growing colder and darker with each step. He fumbles in his pocket for the map, trying to decipher the crude symbols and markings. As he ventures deeper, the silence is oppressive, punctuated only by the sound of dripping water and the creaking of ancient rocks. The stranger's heart pounds in his chest, his senses on high alert. Suddenly, a faint glow appears in the distance. The stranger approaches cautiously, finding a small chamber filled with a soft, ethereal light. In the center of the room, on a pedestal of black stone, lies the crystal of light. It pulses with an otherworldly energy, radiating an intense, blinding glow. But, as the stranger reaches for the crystal, they are confronted by a figure shrouded in shadows. The figure steps forward, its features slowly taking shape in the dim light. The stranger sees a tall, gaunt being with eyes that burn like embers. "You shouldn't have come here," the being growls, its voice like the rustling of dry leaves. The stranger stands firm, despite the fear creeping up their spine. "I'm on a quest to retrieve the crystal of light," he said, trying to keep their voice steady. The being regards him for a moment, then nods. "I am the Shadow Guardian. To pass, you must answer my riddle. If you fail, you'll never leave this place." The stranger swallows hard, but nods bravely. "I'm ready." "What's the riddle?" The Shadow Guardian grins, showing razor-sharp teeth. "What can be broken, but never held? What can be given, but never sold?" The stranger's mind racing, they ponder the riddle. "The heart," replies the stranger. The Shadow Guardian nods its head in approval. "You are correct, stranger. The answer is indeed heart." "I am impressed." The Shadow Guardian steps aside, revealing a hidden path behind it. "As a reward, I will grant you passage to the crystal of light. Take it, and may it guide you on your journey." The stranger approaches the pedestal and takes the crystal of light. As soon as he took it, the chamber begins to shake, and the sound of rumbling rocks fills the air. The Shadow Guardian's voice echoes through the chamber. Remember, stranger, the crystal of light comes with a great responsibility. Use it wisely. The chamber begins to collapse, and the stranger must make a hasty retreat. The stranger sprints through the winding tunnels, the crystal of light clutched in their hand. The sound of crashing rocks and dust grows louder, and they know they must move fast. As he rounds a corner, a massive boulder comes crashing down, barely missing him. The stranger leaps out of the way, his heart racing. He spots a glimmer of light ahead and makes a beeline for it. With a final burst of speed, he emerged from the cave, gasping for air. Aqua and Konak are waiting for him, their faces etched with concern. "We were worried sick," Aqua says, rushing to the stranger's side. The stranger hands her the crystal of light, and Aqua's eyes widen in awe. "You did it," she whispers. But as they turn to leave, they are confronted by a figure emerging from the shadows. The figure emerging from the shadows is none other than Jax, the village elder's son. His eyes blaze with a fierce intensity, and his hand grips a crude dagger. "You fools," Jax spits, his voice venomous. "You think the crystal of light will bring you power? It will bring only destruction." Aqua steps forward, her voice calm but firm. "Jax, what are you talking about? We are trying to save the village." Jax sneers. "Save the village? You're blind, Aqua. The village is already doomed. And with this crystal, I'll make sure it burns to ashes." The stranger's eyes widen in shock as Jax lunges at them, dagger raised. The stranger dodges Jax's attack, but Aqua isn't so lucky. Jax knocks her to the ground, the crystal of light flying from her grasp. The stranger rushes to Aqua's side, helping her up. Together, they face Jax, who's now holding the crystal. "You'll never leave this village alive," Jax snarls, raising the crystal. But before he can use its power, the stranger remembers the words of the ancient prophecy: "The heart of the village is not what it seems." With newfound understanding, the stranger realizes that the true heart of the village is not the crystal, but the people themselves. Emboldened, the stranger charges at Jax, determined to stop him. The two clash, but in the end, the stranger emerges victorious, the crystal safely back in Aqua's hands. As the village begins to heal, the stranger realizes that their journey has changed him. He has discovered a new sense of purpose and belonging. The villagers gather around, thanking the stranger for saving them. Aqua approaches, a warm smile on her face. "You may have started as a stranger," she says, "but you've become a true member of our village. Will you stay with us?" The stranger's heart swells with emotion. He looks out at the villagers, feeling a sense of belonging he has never known before. "I'd like that," he said, smiling. And with that, the stranger's journey comes full circle.